Here we have a used 2020 Cadillac XT5. Now this one comes in the sport trim level with all-wheel drive. Satin steel metallic is the paint, and then we have jet black leather interior. For the powertrain, we get a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine that's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. This one has almost 70,000 miles on it. Now as we come around to the front end here, we do get our full LED headlamps along with LED signature lights. And I really like that these have the LEDs on it, just a really good look for the 2020. And of course with the Sport having that big bold grille, beautiful front fascia there. Now these are going to be 20-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. To the door panel here, power door lock controls. You can see we have the Bose Performance Series sound system, memory seat function, one-touch up and down windows on the front, express down on the back, rear window lockouts there, power folding mirrors, and we do get blind spot monitors in those side mirrors. Power lift gate, then the electronic parking brake, heads-up display controls, hood release, look at the pedals, power tilt telescoping steering wheel, and then here's our power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. Now I do want to give a huge thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for allowing me to review this XT5 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that 3rd link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. Now sitting back in a seat adjusted for somebody being 6'3", I'm in pretty good shape here. My head is about probably half an inch of headroom there because of the roof, but legroom's pretty good. Seat back pockets are on both sides. Rear AC vents, and then you have a USB-C and a USB-A charge port duo there. And there's a look at the front from back here. Middle seat folds down, bottle holders are there. And then we have a grab handle, full LED, well I shouldn't say full LED. We have LED reading lights throughout, excuse me. And then we can hang a shirt there if we need to. Now your child locks on either back door, lock, unlock. Fuel fillers there. And then to the back end, LED tail lights, dual exhaust. And then there's the space behind the second row. The top tethers are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. You can use those for the car seats. And then you have the cargo shade. You can just retract there. And under this mat, looks like we have a tire inflator kit. And then a 12-volt over here. Now, if you want to fold the seats down for whatever reason, you can grab either handle back here, and that'll fold flat when the seats up front are up far enough, and you can see the difference in space there. Well, kind of, the cargo shade's in the way, but. Now, coming back over here, we can just lift this seat up, and then you can actually pull this here if you want to retract it from the front, and you can use it to recline the seat. If you want to, you have a little bit of space there to move about. And then your lower anchors are right there for the car seats. And then the front passenger seat, you get power with 2-way power lumbar support there as well. Lockable glove compartment, 12 volt. And then I always like this little storage. If you wanted to put like a small purse or handbag there, it's kind of down and out of the way. But back around to the front, there's that 3.6 liter V6. And before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just going to show off the blinkers. Cut the fan speed down the air. Leather wrap steering wheel here. Seems to be in pretty good shape, even with the mileage and the age there. There's the horn. Now over here to the radio, we get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth. You can download apps as well, so Alexa's on here. And then you can save your presets up top there. Navigation system is embedded, so you can pull that up. Type in a keyword address, use voice recognition. And then you have wired CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. Dual zone automatic climate controls, which you can use from the screen here, or you have switches down below. And these are buttons right in here. You get those 3-stage heated seats for the front. And then mute here. Now for the camera, you do get a front camera, which I like. Backup camera as well. Curbside views, kind of that 3D 360 look as well. Now your settings are here. Change your language there. And then you can also go into your apps. You can see the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and your vehicle settings, which include a rear seat reminder and teen driver. Now these icons over here toggle your auto stop, your self park assist, and then your parking sensors there. And then you can cut the whole system off right there, excuse me. Now for the shifter, press this button, drive, manual, neutral, reverse, park. Then you have a volume knob here. You can click that to mute. And then you can use this knob as well. So you can either use the touch screen and these shortcuts up here, or you can use the knob and the volume knob. Well, that's your volume knob there, but you can use this to go through the screen if you don't want to use the touch screen. And then your traction control is right there. This mode button goes to your drive mode. So you have Tour, all-wheel drive, sport, and off-road that you can go through. Wireless charging pad is right there. You have a center console cubby space with a removable tray. And then the SD card reader is for the navigation there. And then you have a USB-C and a USB-A input as well. Now there's the sunroof. You can tilt or slide that back. Hit it a second time. Goes all the way back behind that fixed glass. So pretty big opening. But there's a look at the back seat from up here. This has the motion sensor inclinator, so it can sense that there's motion in the vehicle, so it's kind of like an anti-theft thing. And then garage door transmitter, that's how you slide the roof as well as the sunshade. OnStar, a rear camera mirror, turn that off, flip it back on. Vanity mirrors here. And then left side stalk, blinkers, low beams, and then your automatic high beams, you can toggle those. And then you do have automatic wipers, so one time off, auto, low, high. We can adjust that auto frequency here, and then your rear wiper intermittent on there. Push back for the rear fluid, pull up for the front. We do get paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, so while you're in that manual mode, you can use those. And then mute, voice recognition. This is for the standard cruise. You can turn that on or off, cancel, set your speed. And then the forward collision alert gap. You can adjust that there, the lane departure, the heated steering wheel, your track list, radio station favorites, and then your volume right there. Now these 4 arrows and the select button in the middle goes through the middle part of the gauge cluster, so you can change the info page, what's shown there. And then you can go to your options over here, change your units of measurement right there. And then your info page, again, you can also get to it that way. But I always like to see my fuel economy. I decided to keep my eye on it. But tire pressure monitors, oil life, air filter life, all of that. And then your heads up display is right there. And I can change the info shown. So quite a few options there. And again, I think I showed that earlier, but that's for those settings. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2020 Cadillac XT5 Sport out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this XT5 here, have it in the manual mode now. Didn't really like that too much in sport mode, but it's probably never been used in this vehicle. I always thought it was funny how GM made this just supposed to be like a sport vehicle, having the paddle shifters and all that. And we all know people that had these did not use paddle shifters and they did not use the sport mode. So I just find that hilarious. Now, still pretty peppy in the sport mode without the paddle shifters, and it actually seems to drive better in that automatic mode. So something else that's pretty interesting. Gonna give it a pull here. Here we go. So quick run about 55 there. It's very crowded out. So can't give it too much, but at least I was able to give it a little something. But I want to give one more big thanks to Cadillac of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this XT5 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that third link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. Now, the ride on these has always been good. The road noise has always been fantastic. These are just a really good driving SUV overall. It's very smooth coming down the interstate, even with the 20-inch wheels. Not hearing a lot of road noise. The main thing I'm hearing is the license plate cover on the back flapping. Other than that, I mean, very quiet coming down the road. But another cool thing I like is having the heads-up display, especially in this mode here where you kind of have the tachometer going. That's a cool look there, just driving down the road. And again, a lot of these features I feel like were meant for a younger buyer, but that's not really who came to the XT5. I think GM tried to get that younger buyer, and some people did buy this, but for the most part, anybody that's getting this vehicle was not having it in sport mode. They weren't really using it the way that it was intended to be used for the people that came up with, you know, the XT5 Sport all-wheel drive in general. At least I don't think so. Now I have it in the all-wheel drive mode. I'm going to keep it there for pretty much the remainder of the test drive, and we're just going to see how it drives in that mode, because that's why most people buy these. They get the all-wheel drive version to use the all-wheel drive. So again, we'll see how that holds up. So in terms of what you get for the money here, 70,000 miles, $25,000. I mean, that's it is what it is. I think these are actually not that bad if you consider just fixing these. There's not a lot of extra, I guess, fluff on here in terms of just the active fuel management, things of that nature. Now, you do have a lot of these features, but these are not like your German vehicles. So this is relatively inexpensive to work on if you're comparing it to, let's say, a GLE or something like that from Mercedes or a BMW. But I mean, it's still a nice looking vehicle. I think the sport trim was the best looking XT5 that came out. I mean, the platinum was nice too. That was probably my favorite, but the sport just kind of held its own, I think. And that pretty much stayed with the lineup since at least 2020. And every time you see a sport, especially with the grill, it's almost like a Denali grill on a GMC. It's big, it's bold, it's a looker, and you appreciate it. But I mean, fuel economy wise, this was getting 18, 19 miles per gallon city, I believe, probably 24, 25 highway. and I might be off a little bit, but I think that was the all-wheel drive numbers here. Not bad fuel economy. You could get better depending on how you drive, but this was just one of those things that when you got behind the wheel, if you wanted a Cadillac that didn't look super sporty, this was a good way to go. Just the XT5 lineup in general. A lot of my older Cadillac buyers, I remember when I was selling cars, they said these were too sporty, the lines were too sharp. Just the newer Cadillac generation developed in particular, because there was the you know, they're used to the DeVilles, the STS, and the older Escalades. They were just made for older people. It's just, it is what it is. So when GM tried to revamp the brand and get a younger buyer on board, a lot of those loyal older buyers weren't really feeling it. And some of them went to Lexus and Acura, things of that nature. But pretty much everyone nowadays is going with the sharper looking vehicles. But this still was kind of a middle of the road option where you had something that looked sporty, but it didn't look too sporty, where an older person might be like, you know what, that's cute, I would drive that. But you have the embedded navigation here, the heated seats, the dual zone climate controls, the heated wheel, the sunroof, a lot of options here. Even the rear camera mirror, which I think in 2020 was crazy. So to have that on a vehicle that you can get for $25,000 now, even with 70,000 miles, this drives very nicely, very well. And I think it's a pretty solid buy for the money if you're looking for an SUV in this space and you don't want to spend 65, 70 grand on a new one. So all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2020 Cadillac XT5 Sport.